So, big pile of wires, vibration sensor, Nano, and our DC boost. So let's start with the Nano. Grab yourself a red wire, and we'll get our cables ready to feed the LCD and the vibration sensor. So red cable into the 3V 3 pin. We'll go orange cable into D13 and a black cable into ground. Now that's all our cables for this side. We'll jump over to the other side, which is mostly our digital pins. So green cable into D11. There we go. Brown cable into D6, D7 actually. D6 will be our blue cable. Try again. Yep. Yellow cable into D5. Yep. And a white cable into D2. Now while we have D2 in our hand, we will just use that to go into our vibration sensor, into the digital out pin. And while we're here, we might as well put our ground pin on and our voltage pin. So let's just grab one of each from the DC boost component. So ground pin in the center here. That's it. And positive pin or VCC pin on the end there. Now as you can see, it's starting to get a bit messy now, but we are almost there. So all these pins here are for our LCD. So what we can do is we can put our top on now. You'll hear that click into place, and that'll just fit over the top like as so. So we'll get our pins ready. So we need a positive wire from the DC component going into 5V on the Nano here. There we go. Yep. And for our LCD chip, let's start to get these wires ready. Okay, so our first one is RST, and RST will use the D6 pin. So that's our blue pin. Oh, this gets really tricky. So blue pin into RST. Yep, all good. Then next is CE. Now CE is going to be our D5, which is our yellow. There's our yellow pin. Next is our DC, which is D5. Sorry, C. What have I done? So CE is D7. That's our brown cable. So there we go, D7. And DC is D5, which is our yellow. Next is DIN, which is the D11 pin. D11 is our green. Okay. Now next is CLK, which is our D13 pin. That will be our orange. VCC, which is our 3-volt coming from the Nano. So that'll be our red wire. There we go. Now the next pin is light. Now just for this moment, let's pop a black cable on that, and we'll come back to that in a minute. And the last one is ground. So about ground coming off our Nano. Again, a little bit tricky to get all these cables on. And there we have it. Now look at that beautiful mess. Now the next challenge is getting this all together and put back inside. Now just one last thing we're going to do is we've got this black wire coming out of the light pin, and we do have a spare ground coming off the DC boost component. What we are going to do is just chuck a resistor on that, just by gently pushing that into our pins, and we're just going to carefully place that in. Now what that's going to do is it's going to allow us to use the backlight. So if you don't want to use the backlight, if you want to preserve your battery power, then you don't have to do that. It does kind of look nice, and you can put you can test out different kinds of resistors on that to see, maybe you want a really dim backlight or super bright. So yeah, that's up to you. So next we're going to put this together.